ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಜೋ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಸಿ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್
Are you able to hear me now? Am I audible to all of you? Are you able to see the screen? All right, can we just wait for a few more seconds so that others can join in? All right, as we were discussing on how to regain your lost money in stock market, we were discussing about the importance for you to first understand more about yourself and also about the stock market as a whole. So in this due process, I was also asking you, how did you get into stock market? We saw the different ways how normally people get into stock market. Now, once you get into stock market, what is your purpose? Why did you come? What is that you need? When we look at it, obviously the most broader answer to this question is that everyone wants to earn money. But then within that, there are many people who have very specific requirement, like they want to become rich, or maybe they want to earn better returns on their savings than anywhere else. Maybe someone wants to invest for a long term. There are those who believe it is easy money, so they get into intraday trading. Some people have urgent financial commitments, so they get into stock market trading. Is it not? So these are all the different purposes through which people get into stock market. Am I right? Now, once they've got into stock market, now what do they do? How do they fulfill their requirement? Well, when you look at it, you'll realize these are all the things people do. People follow experts' advice, someone else's advice, they go for portfolio management. Watch the experts on the TV channel, the tips and calls are always there. Technical analysis, fundamental analysis. Many follow astrology, numerology. You name them, the list goes on. Is it not? Are you able to hear me now? Am I audible to all of you? So these are all the many things that people follow. But then in spite of following all these things, the big question here is, what is the end result? Were you able to fulfill your requirement? Are you able to earn money if that was your requirement? Well, when you look at it, you will realize that most of them who have followed this, they always say that the end result is a big loss. All right. But then the most interesting thing here in the stock market business is when people normally lose money, they take a small break in order to understand more about stock market trading, and then they always come back. They come back with a new investment, isn't it? But this time they come with new ideas, new hope, new capital, fresh. But when they come here for the second time, now tell me, what is that they are going to follow in order to trade in stock market? What is that they are going to follow? When you look at it, you'll realize that people normally end up following the same age-old things. They are within the same big list, and things are just in process of, it is like a cycle. All right. Maybe earlier you were following technical analysis, now you are following tips and calls. Maybe earlier you were following experts' advice, now you are doing your own research by reading newspapers and articles and so on. All right. This is the only change, but then you are still in the same list, isn't it? So what is going to happen now when you're following the same age-old things once again? Well, the end result the second time is also a very big loss. But then let me tell you, it is the second time, it is not just a big loss. There are a lot many other things that happens within. Along with this loss, you are also losing your health. You're getting into depression. getting into depression, you end up developing a failure mindset, and this leads to lots of disturbance in your family and friend circle. When these are all the things that you experience, at some point you will realize that it is not just the money that you have lost, you've also lost the long-standing status. You've lost your reputation, your identity. Your identity as a friend, as a son, as a father, as a husband. Nobody is in a position to respect you. Is it not? This is the big thing that happens when you start losing money. Now, if you ask me, is there a way out of this? If there is a solution for this, then let me tell you, yes, there is definitely a solution. But then the big question here is, what are you ready to do? What are you ready to do? Will you again keep following the same age-old strategies to trade stock market? Or are you going to try something different? Are you going to change? What are you supposed to do? If you're ready to do the change, then what are you supposed to do? When you're free, please sit down and make a note of this if possible. Just try to recall what is it exactly you have understood about stock market trading. What do you know about stock market trading? Well, when you start doing it, when you start writing it, you will definitely realize that there is a lot many gaps. All right, there are a lot of things that you have not understood. So the right things for you to understand here is first thing, you have to understand the right way to trade. Well, I'll come back to this, but then it is not just the right way to trade, it is also the light way to trade. See, when I say light way to trade, I'm talking about keeping your trading very smooth, simple, easy to be followed, easy to implement. The more it is complex and complicated, it is going to become very difficult. All right, that is the reason, keep it very easy, light. And along with that, you should also have the right information and the right investment. Well, we'll come to this point of right investment, but then before that, when I say right information, I'm talking about, see, when you come to trade, there are these three segments that you're going to trade, either options, futures, or equity, the cash segment. When it comes to options trading, now, for you to do it, there are just two important things that you have to understand. One is buying a call option or buying a put option. If you have understood this, then you are good enough to go ahead and trade. But then rather than this, if you are trying to learn many other things or too many other things, then I'll say that you are ending up wasting your time. In fact, you're making it very complicated for yourself. The same way when it comes to futures trading, there are just two things again. Either you do a long trade or you do a short trade. Any of these two, isn't it? Even in the cash segment, first of all, you have to understand the cash segment is meant for investment. It is not meant for trading. But then it is so very surprising that many people who trade in stock market, they end up doing intraday trading in the cash segment. So when that is the case, what is happening is you are wrong in the beginning itself. Then how will you expect results? And moreover, people believe that stock market trading is gambling. Well, to support the statement, the question here is, how many of your family support you to trade in stock? Not many, isn't it? But then why do you think they don't support you? Well, it is because they believe that stock market trading is gambling. Isn't it? They believe it is gambling. But then do you think it is their mistake? No, it is not their mistake. It is actually your mistake, because whenever you talk about trading, whenever you talk about stock market, the kind of language, the words that you use, the other person opposite will definitely feel that you are gambling. All right? Some people say that I played in stock market today. I've been playing for the last 2 years. I play in Nifty, I play in stocks, play. Obviously, you're gambling, is it not? So first of all, realize that stock market is a true business like any other business on this planet. The only thing here is you have to treat this as a business. So even today, if any one of you sitting here, assuming that this is gambling, well, if it is gambling, then why are you still here? All right, you should never be in stock market. You should be doing something else. Is it not? So these are all the important things one has to know. But then above this, the most important thing that you have to know is the right way to trade. Now, obviously, when I say right way to trade, when I'm talking about trading, in trading, there are only two things that you're going to do. One is buy and the other is sell. Buy and sell or sell and buy, isn't it? So when that is the case, the only thing that you have to understand here is when to buy and when to sell. Right? So when it comes to understanding when to buy and when to sell, first of all, you have to understand the stock market itself. You have to understand the price movement on which you are about to trade. So when you try to understand, you'll realize that price does not move in a similar way every time. There are varieties of price movement. Like there is a sudden crash in the price, there is a big rally. All right. So in both these conditions, when will you buy? When will you sell? Many a times you have experienced that there are frequent gap up or gap down. These days, almost every day there is a gap up and gap down. Is it not? So when to buy and when to sell? Not just this, there are false price movement. These are the price movement that are so very sharp, quick, sudden, that anyone watching this price movement, they are made to believe that it is going in a particular direction. So those of you sitting in front of trading terminal and watching this price movement move up so very sharp, then obviously you are all tempted to buy it. But then the moment you buy it, you will realize that from there the price starts reversing. Is it not? Not just this, even in this situation, the most complex of all, the sideways market, the range bound market as many people know it. When to buy and when to sell. Well, for you to understand when to buy and when to sell, the first basic thing that one has to understand is, if I understand when to buy and when to sell in an uptrending market, that is not going to solve my purpose. That is not going to fulfill my purpose. Is it not? Because the money that you have earned in one market condition, you will not be able to earn the same, or in fact, you will not be able to earn at all in a different market condition. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, anyone who's trying to get into stock market, people who are already in stock market, the actual thing that you have to understand here is when to buy and when to sell in any given market condition. Anyone who has mastered this, now you are a successful trader. Anyone who doesn't even know this, well, you will know it later. So this is the truth, my friends. So today, having understood that, we have to understand when to buy and when to sell in any different market condition. Now, when we come to this point of understanding what is the right solution to regain your lost money in stock market, for that, there are few solutions. One of them, the most important one, is the process of change itself is the first step. You have to change. You have to change from your old practices to the new ones. If you still stick on to the same age-old practices, then you will definitely keep getting the same age-old results, isn't it? Not only this, the second most important thing here is, I hope all of you understand when I say every profession has a procedure, every religion has a ritual, every success has a discipline. The same way, even in stock market, if you can figure out, if you can imagine, if you can design a profession with a procedure, a ritual, as in case of religion, a discipline. If you have these three things in your trading, then definitely there is absolutely nothing to stop you from becoming successful trader. Not just this, you should also start thinking like a swan. Now, obviously, some of you must be wondering, what is a swan? Well, in this part of the world where we live, it is called as Hamsa Pakshi. All right, Hamsa Kshira Nyaya. It means, there is a very old saying about this particular swan, that it is so very focused, it's so very brilliant, that it can separate milk from water and drink only the milk. That's how special it is. All right. Now, why I say this is because all those of you who are looking for a solution, now you should also start thinking like a swan. You have to become like a swan. You should be able to differentiate between the right and the wrong, what's needed and what's not needed, what is practical and what is imaginary. Isn't it? So these are all the things that one has to do. But any which ways, now let us move on to the main point where I said, people, when they come here to regain their lost money in stock market, there are 4 different categories of them who are trying to do that. Now, the first category of people are those who have lots of money. They're not tensed of having lost money. They're ready to quit this business, go to their regular business and enjoy. But still, there are many big people, people with big capital. They get into. I mean, even if they lose that big capital, they are not really bothered about it because they have abundance of money. So, if any one of you is belonging to this category, then what is the right solution for you? The right solution here is, the best thing that you can do is do only long-term investment. When I say long-term investment, I'm talking about investing in the equity segment, buying some stock, holding it for long term, and then selling it at a higher price. But then when you are investing, please ensure that you select all the A group stocks rather than going and investing in all the penny stocks. Don't do that. Go for the A group stock and do not invest all your money in a single stock. Rather, you diversify. But then when I say this, there are some people who say that, boss, what happened to the stock like Satyam? What happened to stock like Suzlon? What happened to stock like Yes Bank? All right. So there are people who are scared to invest in stocks. Well, if you are scared, then don't invest in stocks. It's better you invest in on the index itself. Yes, I know that index cannot be traded in the equity segment, but then index can definitely be traded through this product called as ETF. Index is only actually available in the F&O segment, not in the equity. But then in equity, there is a product called ETF where you have ETFs like Nifty Bs, Bank Bs, Gold Bs. These are all the ETFs where you can invest, so you can directly invest on the index itself. But then when it comes to investing, the big question here is when to invest. So when you look at this, when you are investing in the A group stocks or even on the index, always remember, never invest when the price of the stock is at its peak. When the price of a stock is constantly increasing. All right. But then the right place to invest here is when the price comes down by 30% or more, especially in scripts like the index, then obviously this is the right place for you to start investing. 30% or more. All right. So this is the right solution for the first category of people. Now let us move on to the second category of people. Well, these are those people who have a decent financial backup. All right. Obviously, they have some other source of good income. So even the money that they have lost, they are not bothered much just because their other source of income is easily able to cover up for these losses. But still, sometimes the loss may be big and it is not that easy to forget those losses. So if any one of you belong to this category, now what is the right solution for you? Well, the right solution here is you can also do long-term investment, invest in the A group stocks, diversify your capital. All right. Or if you want to regain a bit faster than the earlier case, then you can always do the long-term investment in futures segment instead of the cash segment. Some of you may be wondering now, how is it possible to invest for long-term in futures? There is expiry date. Well, on the expiry date, all that you have to do here is just keep rolling over whatever you have bought it initially, just hold on to that. But the benefit here is in equities, in order to invest, whatever stock you buy at whatever price, whatever quantity, the quantity multiplied by the price that you're buying, so much investment is required. 100% investment is required in equity. And the risk is also 100% is because the price of a stock can become zero. Isn't it? But then when it comes to investing through future segment, here you are not investing the complete 100% because the exchange says you just have to invest some percentage called as the margin amount. All right. So normally the exchange charges a margin between 10, 20, 30 kind of percent on the value of the stock. Okay. So that is the one major benefit. You are not investing complete money. Let us assume whatever be the value of that stock that you're planning to buy, out of that let's keep 50% as our investment. Remaining 50% let us keep it in our pocket. So when you do this, what happens is when the price of a stock starts increasing, let's assume there is a stock worth 100 rupees, you bought 1000 shares, the value is 1 lakh. In equity, you paid the complete 1 lakh, but in futures, let's say they ask for 10% as margin. So you've paid 10,000, remaining 90,000 is in your pocket. And from there, when the price starts increasing, let's say it started reaching almost 200, let's keep, which means you have gained 100 points. 100 points into 1000 shares, we are talking about a lakh rupees profits. So in the equity segment, you invested lakh rupees, you are getting lakh rupees, it is 100% returns on your capital. But in the futures, as we discussed, let's keep 50% capital, which means you have kept 50,000 as your investment. But here the profit is a lakh rupees, which means you are getting 200% returns on your capital. Not just this, not just in an uptrending market, in futures you will be able to trade and hold your position for long term. All right. So you can benefit even in a downtrending market. So both in an uptrending market as well as downtrending market, you will be able to trade or invest for long term and earn some amazing profits. So the benefit here is in futures, the investment requirement is very less. The returns are much more here compared to that of the cash segment. And the risk is also very less compared to that of the cash segment. So this is the right solution for the second category of people. Now let's see the third one. Well, there's one category where people have limited financial backup or a timely financial backup, and they have lost money and they are having absolute urgency to regain their money. These people, they also have one difficult situation, that is they have to balance both their regular life by continuing their current source of income and also regain their lost money. So actually people who belong to this category are completely confused. How to go about it? How should I regain? First of all, let me tell you, if you belong to this category, you are standing at the edge of a knife. You simply cannot take a chance. Because one wrong move here, it can affect you very big time throughout your life. All right. So if you belong to this category, now what is the right solution for you? The right solution here is you can also do long-term investment. Long-term investment in the future segment if required. Isn't it? But then if you're trying to regain a bit faster than the previous two categories, then obviously you can try to identify a good strategy or a method where first of all, by spending very little time every day, you should be able to trade and regain your money. All right. The most important point here is spending very little time every day. So if anyone has come across one such a method or strategy that you believe can help you achieve this, and if you believe that it can help you trade and make profits in any different market condition, then you are free to go ahead. You have found the right place. Please continue there. But then we also follow one such a method for our own trading. Okay, so we call this tool as a dynamic system. So what this dynamic system does here is it can tell us when to buy and when to sell one day in advance. So if I have to trade tomorrow, I'll get all the information and details today itself. All that I have to do is just plan accordingly. All right. Now let us check this. If anyone wishes to check any of your favorite stock, can you just suggest me any of your favorite stock? Any good one, good quality stock, A group stock, not the penny stocks. Because we can check the penny stock, but then it is not going to benefit you big time. Any good stock? Anyone? Let me check. Titan. Sure, we can check Pidilite also, Mr. Kiran. So this is Titan. All that I'm doing is just open a report. And in this report, you can see it is very clearly mentioned the name of the script, which is Titan, towards the extreme left side. And then we have the date, we have the open, high, low, and the closing price, basic details, which you will find it everywhere. And then this particular column where you can see on top it is written as speed signal. Now the job of the speed signal is automatically tells you when to buy, when to sell. Very recently it has told us to buy, that was on 31st January 2023. So 31st January 2023, you looked at, once you completed all your job, you came back home, you relaxed, freshened up, then opened this dynamic system to see what it has to say for your favorite stock. When you saw it said buy. Now you've decided to buy the stock. When? That is the next day. Next day morning before the market opens, you can give instruction to your stockbroker, tell him to buy this stock at this given price. All right. So it was on 31st, it gave us a buy. 1st February, You would have bought it. The price was around 2,408 on 1st February 2023. You could have called your stockbroker, given him instruction to buy one lot in futures or in the equity, or even in the option. You could have told him buy a call option. Only thing is that you have to tell him which strike price. He would have done that at the opening. Let's assume you bought it in the futures at 2,408, and from there every day. Now once you have done this, your job is to just shut down your computer, go do your regular job, do anything possible. If you don't have any work, please go to sleep, do anything, but then don't sit in front of trading terminal. Well, if you have a habit of sitting in front of trading terminal, looking at the price movement, red blue color variation for whole day, you are in trouble. So once you have bought at 408, the same day evening, come back and see what this dynamic system speed signal is telling you. It is still telling you to buy, hold, buy caution. Means it is telling you be prepared. Next day there are chances the signal can change, but then the very next day again it said buy, hold. As of 16th February, it is still telling us buy, hold. As of 16th February, the closing price was 2,522. Now we are talking about literally close to 114 points. Now what is the lot size of this Titan in F&O segment? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? What is the lot size of Titan? Let me check it. Well, the lot size of Titan is 375. 114 into 375. Now what are we talking about? We are talking about a profit of 42,750 rupees. Obviously, it is without cost. But then the question here is, what was the investment? The margin required was around 1,70,000 or 1,80,000. Let's keep 2 lakh. So on a 2 lakh rupees investment, you are gaining 40,000 or 42,000 rupees profit in a matter of 15 days. What better do you want? What better do you want? But then it is not that easy as it looks. It is because in order to follow what this dynamic system tells you, first of all, you can look at this information and just keep following. That is one way. But then the other major thing is, before you start following, there is one training that you have to go through and then start using it. All right. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, here for you to trade as per this, there is no need for you to keep on watching the market movement. You can focus on your regular job as well, and at the same time, at your leisure time, if you can spend hardly 10, 15, 20 minutes, then that is more than enough for you to keep earning in stock market throughout your lifetime. All right. So the benefit of following a method like this is that when you're following, you will come across scenarios like this. First of all, the benefit here is it is a short-term trading plan. It is not a long-term investment that we are talking about here. And then the investment requirement is very less compared to that of the equity segment. And the profit potential is much higher compared to that of the earlier two cases. But when you're implementing this, obviously you'll come across results on each and every trade, like gain, minus, gain, minus, gain, and so on. But there are some people who have developed this habit that as soon as they see minus, they change. They change themselves, they change their method, they keep trying, and doing a trial and error. But then at this point, you have to understand every business on this planet has income and expense. Without expense, you cannot get income. Without income, you cannot continue doing the business. This is the mentality in any other business for anyone who gets into it. Is it not? But then it is only in the stock market business that when people come here, they come with the expectation that they want to become a millionaire overnight. Take it in writing, it is not going to happen. All right, it is definitely not going to happen. So when you understand this reality, then you will be able to implement this. You will be able to follow one particular method. As I told you, if you have any method of your own where you're able to do it very successfully, and if you're very confident about it, then please go ahead. But then the secret here is you must continue implementing the same method. You must continue. So this is the solution for the third category of people. Now let us move on to the fourth category. Now fourth category of people are those who have lost big money more than their capacity. Maybe they have lost everything that they had. They have lost the borrowed money. They have traded on someone else's behalf and they have lost money. These are the people who are going through a lot of mental pressure, strength, and they want to regain as early as possible. All right. So if any one of you belong to this category and if you have complete urgency to regain your losses, then let me tell you what is the right solution. The right solution is it is not possible for you to regain. It is impossible for you to regain. So it's better you quit trading stock market, go do some other job, start earning, and over a period when you start earning and keep saving, then through your savings you will be able to, you'll be able to cover up your loss. But then there are those people who say that no, I want to regain my losses only through stock market. Then let me tell you, first of all, get into this mode that you will take a tough approach to your life. Very tough approach. What is a tough approach? First of all, do some regular exercise to keep yourself fit. Change your food habits to keep yourself healthy. Do some meditation to bring your mindset to the neutral level, thought process to the neutral level. Listen carefully and then start working on it. Start working on it seriously and then go about implementing it. Implement it effortlessly. This is all that I'm trying to tell you. All right. So the day you are able to bring down your regular thinking process to the neutral level, that is the day when you're going to find a solution for yourself. But then in all these research that we have done, we've also come across one more category called as the fifth category of people. There is something very interesting about them. The interesting thing here is these are the people who have absolute patience on this planet. They have a wonderful listening capacity and they have the ability to understand and learn anything in the the business vertical. But then they have one weakness, and that is financial weakness. They don't have big capital to start with, unlike many of you. Isn't it? So what is the solution for that? Well, the solution here is we call it as the 1K, 10K technique. 1K, 10K technique. So when I'm talking about 1K, 10K technique, obviously I'm talking about starting with a small investment like 10,000 rupees. All right. Now, obviously, with that small capital, you cannot go about trading in futures. In equities, you can do, but then it will take some ages for you to gain. So the best place to get into, is the option segment. Isn't it? But then to trade option segment very successfully, you should first learn how to select the right strike price. which strike price to trade. Isn't it? And you should also make this a habit of doing next day's action plan, which means if you plan to trade tomorrow, you should have done the preparation today itself. You should know what are all the preparations that you have to do. All right. So when I say about this 1K, 10K technique, now how do we go about this? That's where we also trade based on this 1K, 10K technique. For that, we make use of this system called as dynamic live. Now what this dynamic live does here is it also tells you when to buy and when to sell in the live market. When it is time to buy here in the preparation, it will be written very clearly as get ready to buy or get ready to sell short. So it will tell you at least 1 hour in advance so that you can be prepared. But then not just this, it also identifies each and every turning point in the market. Every price reversal point in the market, this dynamic live is able to automatically identify all these things. All right. When the system itself automatically identifies and tells you that this is a place where the price can reverse. Even today, you can see that the price of this bank nifty has managed to come down very sharply. And when it has come, this is the way, here in the action, it will be very clearly written as buy long act now, sell short act now. Okay. Now, someone had asked for Pidilite and Reliance. Let us check these two in this. Now you can see here for Pidilite, first of all, it says long hold, which means sometime back it had told us to buy somewhere at this particular point. It told us to buy. It was written buy long act now. You took a buy position. And the price started increasing slightly, not much. But as the price started increasing right at the top, there are some symbols here. These symbols, we call them as the zigzag symbols. It means be prepared. There are chances the price can reverse. And that is what has happened in the last half an hour or 1 hour before the market closed today. All right. So those of you who had taken a buy position, we could have exited, book the profit, even if it is a small profit. Why? Because the system itself is telling us that be prepared, the price is likely to reverse. Similarly, Reliance. Well, we'll come. Yeah, we got Reliance also. You can see the price movement of Reliance has been sharply moving up for the last many days. But then from this top, it started coming down. But when it started coming down right at the top itself, this dynamic live was able to tell you that this price is likely to reverse. So when a system gives us informations like this, then we will be able to trade. Even yesterday, we shared some details. All right. Now let me show you by following this dynamic live. For example, here from this bottom, you can see right at the bottom, it has said that the price will reverse. It did go up. At some point, it said buy. All right. Even if you bought somewhere in this middle, there is a information that it can reverse. From here, as it's coming down, we exit with some small profit. Again, buy again here. So when we start trading like this, obviously, the tool itself will tell you what to do. But when you start trading like this, then what kind of results you will be able to see? Let me show you. So this is about Tech Mahindra. I was told yesterday by someone that the price movement of Tech Mahindra was big. So I immediately happened to check what happened. If I were to trade Tech Mahindra, then where did we get entry and exits as per Dynamic Live? So when you look at it, starting from 14th February 2023, just few days back, all right, 9:30 in the morning is when we got into a call option. Which strike price it is mentioned here, what was the premium it is mentioned here, single lot or how many lots, and later during the same day we got an exit, so it gained almost 420 rupees profit. So like this, when we kept on doing, now one particular day, that is on 15th February, there was a buying opportunity where we again bought the same call option, same strike price at 4 rupees. But then during the same day, the price moved up so very sharp that it told us to secure some profit at the top when the price was at 17 rupees 60 paise. We are literally talking about more than 300% returns on your capital. All right, in that single transaction, I'm saying. In that single transaction. But then when this was followed till 16th February, as of yesterday, a investment of 10,000 had increased up to 35,440 in a matter of just 3 days. All right, just 3 days. But then you should also remember, when we entered into a trade, we did not invest the complete 10,000 rupees here. There is some discipline that one has to follow. I have told you. All right. So if you calculate 4 rupee 40 paise as the premium, one lot of this Tech Mahindra is 600 quantity, which means we are talking about 2,640 rupees investment per lot. So with the 10,000 capital, we have done only with the single lot. And this is where it has taken on the overall investment. If you see, it is again more than 250% returns on your capital. This is wonderful, is it not? All right. So the main point here is, even with a very small capital, you will be able to trade and invest for. I mean, you will be able to trade and grow your wealth. All right. But then to achieve this end result, it is not that easy. One must have some determination. So when I say determination, you must have determination to be able to follow one single method of trading, one single strategy of trading, whatever you call it. Follow the same thing throughout for a longer period of time. You should have the determination to start trading even with a very small capital. You should have a determination not to change your process of trading time and again. Don't keep changing, trying out too many different methods. You will keep trying out, you will keep doing trial and error throughout your lifetime, but then money will not come. All right, you should have the determination to wait to see profits, not to panic. And also, don't become overconfident. Just because you made profit in the last 3 days does not give you any confidence that you will be able to make similar profits in the next 3 days, isn't it? So don't become overconfident. And please get over with this watching TV channel, news, tips and calls and all these things. As long as you are doing this, you are still in that majority category of people who always keep losing money. You should have the determination not to sit in front of trading terminal, never to discuss about your trades with anyone else. And at this point, I would also like to discuss one more important thing. We were discussing about the right investment in the beginning, is it not? So why is this point very important? Because if you don't want to panic in your trading, if you don't want to have any fear in your trading, then you should know what should be the right investment. Normally, many people ask me, what is the right investment? But I always keep saying that you are asking the wrong question, because you should know what is your right investment. Why? Let me give you a small example. Or what should be your right investment? Now, how many of you have smartphones with you? Yes or no? Please reply. All of you. Have it, is it not? But then let us assume that today you lost your smartphone. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and cry? Are you going to do that? Or are you going to complain about having lost your smartphone throughout to everyone? Are you going to do this? No. What are you going to do? Well, you will buy a new smartphone. Some people say, I was actually waiting to lose this mobile now so that I can buy a new one. Well, you have lost it now. All right. So what is happening here is that smartphone that you have bought, what could be its price? Somewhere between 15,000-20,000, if I'm not wrong. So you are able to pay that 15,000-20,000 again for the second time without any hesitation, without even having much pain of the previous day. Is it not? You are ready to buy a new one. It means this 15,000 or 20,000 is that one money or amount which is not hurting you. 15,000-20,000 is not hurting you. You are not feeling the pain. If that is the case, then that 15,000 should be your capital to start trading in stock market. Repeatedly. This is how you have to identify or understand your, right investment required to start trading. Clear? But then not just this, along with this, you should also develop some disciplines to trade, or if you want to live in the stock market trading business for a long run, you have to adapt these things. Money management, how to manage your funds, when to add quantity, when to reduce quantity in your trading. Mind and method management, following the same thing throughout continuously is not that easy a job. So if you can do this mind and method management on a regular basis, then nothing to stop you from there. You should know how to take a payout. Many people in stock market only know how to give pay. Nobody knows how to take a payout. So how to take regular profit payouts from your trading. These are all the many essential things one needs to know if in case you want to continue in this business for a long time. All right. But then not just this, there is one more important thing. Along with this, you should also understand how to attract money in your life. Well, many people, we all deal with money day in and day out, is it not? Okay. So when we're dealing with money, first of all, we work so hard day in and day out to earn that money, isn't it? But then when it comes to exchanging this money with some shopkeeper or something, wherever you must have bought something for which you are paying money, all right? Many times you can observe when it comes to giving money, people have a lot of hesitation. But when it comes to taking money, people are ready to jump on you and take money. Is it not? And normally when they give money, how do they give? They fold this currency note and give it. They fold it more and then they give it. Some people throw it on the table and just walk away. Is this the way you respect money? Well, as long as you keep doing this, then what will happen is throughout your life you will keep running behind money, but then money will never come to you. So if you want to attract money in your life, then all that you have to do is whenever you give money to someone, hold this currency with all your 5 fingers as it is shown on the screen. Hold it with all your 5 fingers. Before you give it to the other person, just look at it, give it a tap behind and say, "Hi, I love you. Come back to me in multi-folds." Well, it may sound very funny, but then when you keep doing this over a period of time, when this becomes a habit, let me tell you, you are manifesting. You are telling the nature what you want, and this nature is such that it will give you back in abundance of what you want. So for that, all that you have to do is make these things as a habit. Respect money, not just when you're giving money, even when you're swiping your card, even when you're doing online payments, even when you're trading. When it comes to buying something or selling something, before you buy, before you sell, why don't you say this, I love you, come back to me in multiples, and then place the order. Keep doing this over a period of time, you will definitely see some big changes happening in your life. So these are all the things that one has to follow in order to regain your lost money in stock market. Now that we have discussed all these things, I would like to ask all of you, what is your opinion now? Do you think it is really possible to regain your lost money in stock market? Yes or no? Please reply, all of you, in the session. What do you have to say? Is it possible to regain your lost money in stock market? Yes or no? Well, whatever we have discussed till now, it is not some made up story. These are not fiction. This is the truth. Whether you like it or not, this is how you have to go about doing it. If any of you ask me, is it really possible to regain your lost money in stock market? Then let me tell you, the truth is, it is not possible. Nobody can regain their lost money in stock market. This is the truth. It is because when you want to regain your lost money, when you come there to regain your lost money, you are already coming with a backdrop of a negative experience, negative thinking. When you try to recall that you have lost money, or you want to regain your lost money, then there is some connect towards the negative experiences that you have come across, is it not? So the truth here is, there is actually nothing called as regaining. There is only one thing called as gaining. Gain money. You can only gain money. The more you gain, the earlier you gain, everything will be taken care of it by itself. You don't have to think more about regaining your lost money. Just focus on gaining money. So this is all about today's work, today's training, my friends. This is how you can go about regaining your lost money in stock market. I gave you a different solution for different categories. All right. So you can search, you can identify any one good trading method or anything as per that solution to regain your lost money. But if you are not able to find one, you can always come back to us, because this is what we do. We train people on how to make only profits in stock market while you sleep. We train people on how to trade in futures, how to trade in options, in equities for long term, even in commodities for that matter. So anyone who wants to join our training, there are different training packages you can subscribe. One of them is the dynamic system. As I told you, it gives us signals and information one day in advance. So I will be able to trade in a very relaxed way. Even today, I happened to meet a doctor who was very much interested to get into stock market trading. But then he was very specific about his conditions, and the conditions were that he will not be able to monitor the market movement throughout. I said, your condition is amazing, beautiful, because there is something very, very suitable to your requirement, what we have, and that is dynamic system, because it gives you signals and information one day in advance. Now using this, we say that you can earn a minimum of 500% returns on your capital year after year. And for you to do this, you just have to spend 15 to 20 minutes every day. Can't you do this? And this is best suited for all those working professionals who don't have time to spend a full day watching the market. In order to get trained on this package, you have to go through 2 days of workshop, online workshop. And within this, there are different packages starting from 59,000 to 1,12,000. Remember, These prices are including GST, but you subscribe any one package, you get this dynamic system for lifetime. All right, so let us see this. First of all, the first one is the index package right at the top of the table, where the price is 59,000 rupees, where you get to trade only index like Nifty, Bank Nifty, and its futures options. The price is 59,000. The same way you have the other one, which is a Derivex package, where you can trade an index plus all the F&O related stocks. Those stocks which are in the F&O segment. There are some 150 to 190 stocks probably. All right. Its price is 94,400 and it is for lifetime. The third one is the cash package, where you get all the stocks under NSE cash plus all the index. So you can trade in futures, options, and even in the equity segment for long-term investment. So the third one actually covers all the three segments as far as trading in stock market is concerned. The remaining four are related to commodities. Like if you want to trade in bullion, like gold and silver, you have the bullion package at 59,000. If you want to trade in energies like crude oil and natural gas, then you have this energy package at 59,000. If you want to trade in copper, aluminum, lead, zinc, and nickel, which are the base metals, then 94,400 is its price. The combo package is the one where you get these two packages put together, is a combo package. So these are all the different dynamic system packages. As I told you, they are all for lifetime. There is no additional fees that you have to pay for getting trained for the workshop. All right, everything is taken care within this packages. Choose one, you get it for lifetime and keep earning year on year 500% returns. The same way, those of you who wish to get into full-time trading, we have this dynamic live. Dynamic live gives us signals in the live market, but remember, here we have 1 year subscription. It is not for lifetime. All right, many people ask me, why don't you give this dynamic live for lifetime? We don't give it for lifetime because there is a lot of cost involved in this dynamic live, even for the organization, because of which they have kept it for subscription based 1 year subscription. And the fees here is 1,45,977 including GST. So these are all the different packages. You can choose anyone to join this online workshop that we have organized on 18th and 19th February 2023. That is tomorrow and day after tomorrow, starting at 10:30 in the morning. Those of you who wish to join in, even if you join by subscribing the basic package, which was the 59,000, what will happen is you will get this dynamic live and dynamic system both installed free for 1 year. Sorry, not 1 year, it is 1 week. My mistake. And after this 1 week, anyways, there's this workshop that is going to happen, 2 days of workshop. After the 2 days of workshop, now you will be in a better position to decide which package actually better suits your requirement. And if in case you want to upgrade from a 59,000 to 94,000, or from 59,000 to 1,12,000, or from 59,000 to 1,45,000, all that you have to do is just pay the difference amount and you can upgrade. All right. So these are all the additional benefits that you're getting, and not just this 2 days of workshop. Now after this, every day morning we organize a pre-market session. In that session, what we do is we discuss about that day's trading for Nifty, Bank Nifty, where to buy, where to sell, any of your favorite stock, where to buy, where to sell. We will tell you on our own so that you can just note it down and implement it as it is. So initially, this support is going to act as a hand holding for you. All right, and it also provides you a platform where you can come and cross verify your understanding about trading using dynamic system or dynamic live. Clear, all of you? So this is all about today's workshop. I mean today's training. Those of you who are interested to join, you can subscribe any one of the training packages. This is the payment link that I am texting on the chat, which you can click and you can subscribe. All right, when you go click on this, you will find access to all the different packages. Choose any one package according to your requirement and then subscribe. If you have any doubts, queries that you need answering, then you can always call us back at these numbers or mail us. Okay, so this is the way you can reach us, but then for you to join this workshop, you just have to subscribe any one of these training packages. All right. There are some people who also say that I want to see how it works in the live market, or I want to have a demo. Then what we do is normally through remote access, we provide them a demo. We connect through them over the phone and clarify all their doubts, and then they decide. If anyone wants to go through this process, then let me know right now. I'll note down your name, and you will get a call in order to get a demo of this. Anyone? And at the same time, those of you who have subscribed just now to any one of the package, please keep tracking your email. You will receive a mail. Now you just have to reply to the mail by giving a remote access of your computer, and they will install both these softwares right away. All right, but then do it as early as possible. So this is all about today's training, my friends. Thank you all for joining today's training. Wish you all a happy evening. Those of you who have joined, see you on the other side of the workshop. Till then, good evening to all of you. Thank you. Sure, Mr. Kiran, I have noted down. All right, you will get a call or a message on WhatsApp. Just respond to that so that we can fix up a time to give you a demo. Anyone else? Even if any of you has any doubts during this session, you can ask me right now. We still have few minutes left. All right, you can ask your doubts, get it clarified, and then decide. All right, it seems that there are no more doubts. So, gentlemen, thank you all for joining today's session. Wish you all a great evening. Thank you.